How to do this freaking live stream from a phone in landscape because I was stuck in vertical. I'm gonna get you guys set up here. Got a little stand ready and everything. And then I'll be able to pull up the chat and see what you guys are saying. What do you think? Right about there? Kind of makes sense. Okay. Pull up the chat. Perfect. Just gotta wait for a few of you folks to show up and we'll get to it. Answer any questions you guys want to know. What's going on with Mainville ATV and Outdoors? I just wanted to have a little interaction with you guys. Hey, Sask Sledding's already here. What's up, dude? Should should have a few people rolling in. I tried streaming a second ago and it was stuck vertical for whatever reason. Does it sound all right? I am doing this from a phone just because it's way easier. I think we got it sorted out. The quality's not going to be absolutely tip top, but Drake and Alex, what's up, dudes? Right on. I really should have brought an apple juice preemptively, but I didn't. Maybe I can message Cass. See how much she loves me. You guys want to time it? Let's see. I'm going to switch profiles. I'll message Cass and see how long it takes to get an apple juice. Cass. Can I get a beer? Love you. Let's see how that goes. It's not 30 steps away. It's literally the opposite end of the house, dude. It's in the garage. I could just take you guys with me, honestly. I've wanted to do a lot more live, and every time I think about doing it, it's just like not the right time of day or when I have time, schedule, that kind of stuff. So I really should be doing more of this because I really like being live. Drake apparently agrees that it's 30 steps. You think it's 30 steps? I could probably do it in 30 steps, yeah. My little legs, though, I'd have to stretch out pretty good. 90 tiny Frenchman steps, yes. Correct. This is a live Q&A. It looks like we have, well, 13 to 20 people or so in the stream. So basically the idea is if you guys have any questions, ask away. I'm open to answering whatever you guys want to know. Shoot the breeze, talk about power sports, talk about camping, overlanding, trucks, whatever you guys want. As long as it's relevant to what I do, I guess. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I hear Cass sneezing, so I don't think this is going well for me. I might not be getting that beer. She hasn't read it. Been doing a lot of video work. We just finished up Drake and Aaron's video in Wyoming, which was sick. That was a great video to edit. I really enjoyed editing it because I wasn't there, so it's a lot of extra work. But we had a really good time putting that together, and I think that lodge in Wyoming, High Country Lodge in Wyoming, they were happy with the video. They shared it, went really well. I've got a question from Peter. Did Fintrail open a store in Vaughan, Ontario? So Fintrail doesn't have stores necessarily, but they do have dealers, which is, I guess, sort of the same thing. There could be a dealer opened up in Vaughan. I don't know all the dealers, but I do know that there's one in Sterling, which is Dirty Life, fintrail.ca. There's one in Peterborough, and there's one, what's the other one? Those are the only ones I talked to at the Powersports show when it was just happening, but I assume by now there's quite a few dealers that are opened up for Fintrail at this point, especially in Ontario. How did the new sled treat me in the mountain? So if you guys don't know, I have a brand new sled this year. So does Cass. Mine specifically is a Summit SP, the new Gen 5. It's a 146, so as far as the mountains go, it's like super short track. It was very playful, tons of power. It made me a better rider inherently just by it being a good machine. I have a lot to learn, but I went from like a trail rider to potential mountain rider this season. I've made a lot of progress, and I think even the people in my group, definitely saw some progress there. I'm a lot more confident now too, which is great. I broke through that like fear barrier where you're trying to understand a sled, but it scares the crap out of you. So that's really cool. I think the sled is definitely carrying carrying the team right now. It's a great machine. I really enjoy it. I need a little bit more time before I know everything I need to know about it, though. So yeah, very good sled. There are a few quirks with it. It is the first of its generation, so as you know, you try not to buy machines when it's first of its kind. But SMRT, I'm not very smart sometimes, and I go against my own rules literally all the time. You're very welcome, Peter. Got a few more people in here. More people than my biggest fans, like my mom, my dad. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't think I'm gonna get my beer. She hasn't even read the message yet. Should we go for a walk? Yeah, we should probably go for a walk. I'm just gonna take you with me. We're gonna go through the house here. Put your clothes on.
I have clothes on.
I sent you a message. What happened to my loving, supporting wife?
I'm doing laundry and dishes.
Put some lights on. I won't be able to see the chat while this is going on, so I will get back to you in 2 seconds. I just have to grab, as some of my friends call it, moose piss, which to me is Canadian, but I might as well grab 2 of these, I figure. But yeah, we're just, drop that beer. Try that again. Get a different one so it doesn't explode in my office. Like I said, I can't see the chat right now. Sorry, guys. But we've got a whole whack of machines and tractors and side-by-side and truck. Aaron's quad's not here anymore, but we do have... Oh, I can see the chat. That's cool. Sasquatch piss. Yeah. I've got Drake's quad up there and obviously the Renegade. That project's ongoing. We have a lot of stuff in the pipeline. I have a lot of stuff incoming for it. I'm also doing a lot of work on my truck. I haven't really told anybody about this yet, but if you're here for the live stream, then I'll give you a little hint. Oh, you can't even see it from here. If you guys have been paying attention, I got custom work done. I got a custom, I'm going to call it a flat deck because I don't really know what to call it. It's not quite a service body, but we're getting into some really cool overland camping soon. And we got some really cool work getting done on that. So very excited about that. Hiya!
Hiya!
Say hi, wife.
Hi.
Just live streaming through my house like an influencer.
You're lucky you didn't do that this morning.
Yeah, the house was, we tend to clean up on Sundays. And depending on when you come here, sometimes, well, we're human. All right. Hi there, I'm Cassandra's cousin, Sylvie. Have I not met you before? Have I met you, Sylvie? I think I have, right? I met a lot of family. Cass has a ton. I have a ton. Nope. All right then. Well, I guess this is how we're meeting. Hi, hello, how are you? I am doing question period, so if you guys have questions, ask away. Have to bring my quad back. Possibly water in my back diff. Hashtag Betty needs work. Yeah, totally. I mean, we suspected there was water in there to begin with. Isn't that why it froze? I mean, even just moisture from hot, cold, and who knows what's going on. But we should tear that thing apart. We've only had it in the shop for maintenance once, but I mean, it is a Honda, I guess. It is always welcome here, Aaron. We will sort you out. Hashtag blame Drake. Yeah, I would, but Drake's way too good of an employee. He's most valuable player every month since the last 2 years, so I won't be blaming him for nothing. Did I get that oil leak fixed up? On the side-by-side? No, I actually didn't. That is something that is on the list of things to do, but it has been absolutely insane in my schedule recently. That being said, Drake and I theorize it's just one fitting that's troublesome. So I think we're just going to replace that fitting and have a look. And the leak is like super slow. And it's only when I'm being an idiot too. So it could be a loosen up behind the wheel kind of problem. But yeah, we're going to sort that out pretty soon. It's don't resign, Drake. I need you, buddy. Yeah, it's just something we'll sort out quickly when it's last minute and inconvenient because that's how I operate. Plans for the new Renegade. I'm going to tell you what. There's really only so many ways to do a Renegade without going absolutely insane. And I'm going to tell you that I'm not going absolutely insane. The recipe for Renegades has been figured out. That is just the way it is. So we have a lot of stuff coming from like Dirty Life. We have Farm Mudding involved, obviously Original Moz Design, all these different sponsors. We've been in talks with a bunch of other companies, but nothing's confirmed on that side yet. But I mean, ultimately, the recipe is you put some assassinators on, you put some clutching on, whatever pipe that you like, because they don't really make power anyway. Give it a half decent tune just to cool it off. I mean, after that, it's preference, like rad relocate. So the rest of Cass's wrap is in the degenerate package. Yeah, you're right. So Alex in the chat, if you haven't seen his YouTube channel, that's basically what he's doing too, because it's just the way Renegades work. There's only so many ways to do them if you intend on being, you know, the XMR douchebag type, which, you know, I enjoy that as well as trail riding and everything else. Yeah, so Cass's wrap, we had a chat with the manufacturer. So basically there's a couple tunnel options for her sled. And Drake was dead on the money. When we had the wrong wrap pieces, he estimated that it was basically just the other tunnel for a different variation of the machine. So I had a chat with Barrett Hepburn. He's super awesome. He's like, yeah, I didn't even realize that. I didn't know that. And right away, they bought the design and reprinted, and they're sending it to us as we speak. I already got the extra wrap pieces that I needed for my Summit, and hers should be on the way anytime. So that's sick. I'll come up with a logo and sponsor you. Drake's sponsoring the channel. All right. You know what? Like Barrett, man. So if you guys don't know, Barrett Hepburn does design and wrap printing. So he essentially outsources a lot of the printing and stuff like that, but the design's all his, all original. Whatever you can think, he'll come up with. And we've done 3 wraps with him now. So we've done the side-by-side. We're going to be doing the Renegade, but we haven't done it yet. My Summit, and then her RMK Chaos, whatever you want to call it. So every step of the way, like there has been very minor issues, but every time I've dealt with him, which is like 5-6 times now, has been incredible. We also did the Dirty Life side-by-side with him, and he did it in this amazing chrome. Like he's always made incredible suggestions. He's always helped us out when there was errors. Just everything you expect from a business, he's totally done. So super sick. Definitely suggest him if you guys have something you want to wrap in Powersports. So yeah, I got a few people watching. Definitely more than my mom and Cass's mom. So if you guys are just joining in, this is a question period. Go nuts if you have questions. I will have answers for you. Drake needs a 5 chicken nugget hour raise if you want him to stay. Here's the thing about pay raises. 0 times 1,000, still 0. The honest truth is Drake is super awesome for the channel. Aaron's super awesome for the channel, and I actually can't pay them for the work. Like I made a post this morning. YouTube came up with this big thing like, oh, we're going to pay you for shorts. Well, I had a short get like 700,000 views or something, and it gave me $1.97 as pay. That's my pay, $1.97. We did tons of work on the Wyoming video that Drake and Aaron ran, and I think it's at $9 right now. And you know, the best I can do is take them out for lunch. So I wish I could pay them as soon as I had the opportunity, or maybe I get the opportunity one day. I totally would. It's just not feasible. But we do have a lot of fun doing what we do, and it's just the way she goes. At this point, the channel's basically only putting a dent in the cost of things because of our memberships. So if you take a look, like you can see 780 Alex and Drake, they actually have Mainville ATV and Outdoors like membership logos. That's because they actually support the channel through our membership program. And without that, I don't think I would even put a dent in some of this stuff. My day job, which is also photography, videography, YouTube, marketing, that kind of stuff, that's what basically pays for this, as well as like my wife, of course, obviously works. So that's how the stuff's done. So if you want to support the channel, it's memberships. That's the only way they can even put a dent into it. Lyndhurst XM Army in the house, another big creator from Ontario. What's up, dude? Been a while. We're just doing a Q&A period, having an apple juice, hanging out. When am I coming back to Ottawa? So here's the thing. It's not confirmed. I guess I should give a little bit of background. We move a lot because my wife is military. I'm ex-military, and we move around a lot. It's just something that we do. So every 2 to 3 years, typically, sometimes 4, we move somewhere. So we obviously moved out to Sask a couple of years ago, and now we're ready to move again. It's looking a lot like we're going to Ottawa. I try not to count my chickens before I have them, but if I were to guess, again, this is not for sure, by midsummer we're living in Ottawa. Not Ottawa proper, but like, somewhere where there's trees and stuff. I'll make some calls, pull some strings. I like it. There's the wife.
We have a special guest.
How well will a 650 XMR spin 32 naders? Here's the thing. It will, and you'll get away with it. I wouldn't do it unless you have some serious clutching, because you will lose more than you gain in a lot of scenarios where you need assassinators. But yeah, you'll be fine. Actually, Lyndhurst in the chat, he's done far crazier on far smaller machines, so he's probably the best for it. But you'll notice he's on 1000s right now, so yeah, you can definitely spin 32 naders, like 32 by 8s on a 650 with serious clutching and stuff. Yeah.
Which mic are you using?
It's actually just the cell phone.
Oh, nice. Do you want to shove over?
Yep. Yeah. This is what you get.
Hi. We have a special guest watching.
Who's our special guest?
Other than my mom and your Aunt Cheryl, we have your grandma.
Oh, my grandma's watching. Wow, I better keep the cursing down to a minimum.
Hi, Shirley. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Mom.
The boss is in the house. That's right. So this is my boss.
What's up?
I'm just a happy volunteer. I make things happen.
And Diesel just came in too.
Zot05, what's up? How's it going? I'm watching the chat over here just so you guys know. Yeah, if you've got clutches for that 650, then you'll spin those 32s. You'll be fine. But you're kind of on the cusp of like not taking advantage of them as well as you could. But with clutching, you should be fine. What else we got going on? I pay you to fix your machines.
Is that Drake?
That's Drake, yeah. Everyone needs a defender. I totally agree. So Lyndhurst has, what do you call it, Venom? I want to say it's a 4-seater. I've only seen it a few times in pictures. A 4-seater defender, that'd be sick. Just a defender in general. I'd be happy with that. Maybe we do that one day. I don't know. It's a Mac? Like a Mac truck? What does that mean?
Max.
Max. Oh, okay. Yeah, big machine. I also seen some photos going around the internet that it was super stuck, so I believe that too. Did you turbo it yet? What else do we have in here? Did I miss any questions? I don't think so.
Diesel just burped.
Diesel, you burping? What are you doing, dog? So yeah, if you guys are just joining us now, this is a live Q&A. We are answering questions, whatever you have. If you show up for the live shows, then we'll answer questions way ahead of time. Otherwise, people are just going to have to wait for video content to find out what's going on with us.
Do we want to take a walk outside or?
Oh, I guess we could. You guys want to see something cool? Oh no, the Wi-Fi might drop.
We'll disconnect the Wi-Fi and then walk over so it has a chance
Hello
to...
from Sakaland Island? I don't know where that is. Show us the toys. Okay. All right, we're going to do this.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure how he was going to be with the sneak peek, but I guess we're doing a grand reveal early.
Well, it's not really a grand reveal. I still have a lot of details to work out, but I'm going to take you guys outside, and I don't know if this is going to work well. Cass is going to watch the monitor, and hopefully, I need some shoes. Hopefully, I don't drop the internet. So we're going to go check out what I'm doing to my truck. For those of you just joining in, this is a live Q&A, and Cass wants to show off our new truck box. So hopefully I don't drop you guys. Here we go. It's pretty nice out actually. +5 today. It was like -40 the other day. But it's gorgeous out. So we finally have my Duramax back, guys. As you can see. Pretty excited to have that back. But what we did was we ripped the box off of it. Because we're going to get into overland. Sorry about the wind. It's the prairies. I don't know what to do about it. But if you check this out, something's a little different. So we needed a storage solution, and what you're looking at there, my new truck box camper is going to fit in there. We're actually selling this one. Great unit, but we actually are working on a deal and a sponsorship program, partner program with another company. So we're going to have a big old camper in here. It's going to sleep like 5.5, 6 people. It's freaking cool. I can't wait to show you guys. Look up a Scout Kenai. Super awesome camper. So all of this storage, you can kind of just check that out. So this box here is for like chains, tow ropes, that kind of stuff. This one's more of like a service bin, so oils and things like that. This next. These top bins, when you have a look here, this is where, like, this is big enough to fit helmets, storage gear, whatever you guys want. We're gonna have cooking side and like camping storage, that kind of stuff. The other side, I actually have a full toolbox. But again, this is all in the works right now. Here's the rear end. So my camper slides in here. This is all Line-X to everything on the inside too, with like aircraft tie downs. This bar is actually just so my rear view camera still exists. And I'm going to be mounting like max tracks, maybe some fuel jerrys, stuff like that on here. But my favorite side, and again, work in progress, is over here. So I have like a 110 outlet, a bunch of storage, tool drawers, things like that. So I'm going to have an air compressor, fuse box. I'm going to do lighting, a bunch of stuff like that. So that's what I've got going on. I'm going to do a full video on this when I'm a little more ready. I have some stuff that I want to do, you know, kind of make it a little cooler, you know. Lots of prep going on, but hopefully you guys saw all that. There's the final view of the truck there. What do you guys think of that? Oh, there are my aunts in here too. Hi, Cheryl. So yeah, we're going to have the camper set up. We're going to have the trailer with the side-by-side quad or sleds. The camper is 4 seasons, so we can go travel around and off-road, the wife and I and the dog, or we can even bring Drake and Aaron because we have like a whole pop-up tent on the top too. So that's going to be super sick. Did I miss any questions? What do we got?
Just Drake yelling at you to get back to Wi-Fi. And not sure how you sleep half a person.
Yeah. I'll set us back up here, Cass. Watch it.
Lyndhurst Exum Army can fit all sorts of spare parts for Cass's Polaris.
Oh, 100%.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would, but that Polaris always has recalls, so it's not allowed to drive anyway. So.
Have we had def problems with our truck? Not since the recall's been fixed. Used to be this ceramic heating coil in the def tank, and then that would shatter when it got too cold. So Dodge or Chevy has, Chevy has since fixed that problem, and we haven't had any issues since.
We actually did drive through like -50 during a storm on the way to Yellowknife, and we had no def issues whatsoever. So obviously the problem is fixed. And then even since then, we've had several -40s, so we're good.
A spare sled for Kyle.
Yeah, yeah, totally. We do have Revelstoke videos coming, which are going to be sick. I know we're both pretty new to sledding, but we're really getting there and really enjoying the snowmobile content. We do want to get out for a good ATV, UTV ride. We obviously have a lot of options. We should get out in some snow, but
yeah, we have a lot of plans, just not a lot of time.
I know, real life. Yeah, no def problems. Very nice. I'm glad you guys all like
about
it.
A wrap for the truck. I saw you have some ideas for that, but not necessarily a full wrap, but more to follow on that one.
Well, yeah, more to follow right now. So some of the ideas that I thought about, we have a lot of overland and camping stuff in the works right now. Like this is stuff that takes months to kind of plan. But depending on who comes on board, we're going to have basically vinyl banners along the bottom with potential sponsors for the build. And then I was thinking about just doing like a cool hood, maybe. Just some like vinyl pieces. Like I don't think it would be that bad to do the whole cab because I obviously don't have a box to wrap anymore. But
I'd never see the hood unless I'm inside the truck.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know how tall these new Chevys are, but like for me as a short Frenchman, they're like
I'm like already barely in the shot right now. So.
Yeah, it's pretty funny that way, but so I don't know, we'll see. And I do have plans with like bumper and some other stuff, but you guys are the first to really even see that, and I don't even know when I'll be doing a video of it. Just because I have so many little things that I want to do, and I'm waiting on some stuff with Fintrail, and then I have another potential sponsor that would work with it. So I want to see what is going to happen in order to make the most interesting video.
Yep.
Alex does have a video of me coming back from Ruby Mountain in Alberta. I had to put windshield washer fluid in my truck, and I literally can't reach the top of my hood to close it. So I have to like jump and grab it, or I run from the side and like walk my hands up.
Yeah.
ATV rider, what's going on? Howdy.
What's up, bub?
Where'd my apple juice go? Here, back.
I have a full one.
Another one over here. Yeah.
Okay. Don't mind me, by the way. I was going through a power cleaning of the whole house today, and I haven't gotten around to myself yet.
Yeah,
so this is what you get. Kyle just comes out and he's like, I'm live, and here I am. So
that's how I operate. I had time, and funny enough, Sunday is always the best time to reach my audience, so makes perfect sense. See you, dude. Thanks for coming by. So we have quite a few extra people here now. So if you're just joining us, this is a live Q&A. Obviously, Cass and I of Mainville ATV and Outdoors, and Aaron and Drake are in the chat. So if you have any questions for them or us, feel free to ask. This is the time to do so, and we'll get that answered up for you. One thing I definitely wanted to touch on, because it was brought up earlier, is the membership program. So below this and any of our videos, you'll see join. And what that essentially does is directly supports us, because one of the problems that we're having is we'll do these big videos, and I'm always trying to do bigger and better for everybody. And some of the pay from YouTube is literally like a couple dollars, and it's getting worse and worse, especially after Christmas. So if you guys do want to support us, you can hit that join button, and for the price of a coffee, you can make a huge difference. It comes with a bunch of perks too. So if you join our membership program, you'll get random behind the scenes videos. I do some community stuff, and you can see have like the cool emojis. Can you type in some of those little emojis?
Yeah.
I don't know where they would be. Right there. And you also get a cool M beside your name. And depending how long you're a member, that M gets like crazier and cooler. And you can see it beside Drake's and 780 Alex's name, which is super sick. So if you guys don't know, that's some of those emojis are actually Mama Bear. If you guys have been fans long enough, you would know that that's Cass's first Kodiak. And the other one is Mischief, which was my Outlander. Those are the machines we started the channel with. So I
Now
thought
we need Malibu and Moose. And...
yeah, we have a lot of new machines since then, of course. So I might have to do some cool stuff. So yeah, check out the membership program. It would help us out a lot, and we have to do this because it's just the nature of YouTube these days, honestly.
Someone's asking about your dad's new house. I think it's Max. Sometime is now. Is that you, Max? I don't know.
No, I remember. So anyway, my dad's new place. So if you guys have watched the trapping series, you'd know that he has a trap cabin. And he also, from there, is building like a beautiful cabin on a very private lake that we won't release.
It's Greg.
And he's doing that because, you know, like the rest of us, we're just trying to get away from society at this point and kind of just live life. But they're building a beautiful house there, a beautiful home. It's a cross between like a camp, but it's like super bougie at the same time. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's gorgeous. And if my dad will allow it, we'll do a third trapping series. And I'm sure it'll be involved in that process. And we'll show it off then. But yeah, he is building a beautiful lakeside home right now.
Mm-hmm.
Currently trying to install my MBRP exhaust on the Outlander. Did Kumaflu have a hard time with his inlet clamp? Mine keeps leaking from there. So if you're talking about like where the slip-on actually goes in and there's a clamp on top, I don't know what clamp you're using, but depending on how old your machine is and how crusty that is, a lot of times they actually strip and they don't tighten anymore, or they're just so rusted out or crud that they won't tighten enough. And a lot of times you're also not getting the pipe far enough inside. If it's not either of those two, I would contact MBRP or the dealer you bought the MBRP exhaust from and just make sure that there isn't any defect with your item. Hopefully that helps you, Chris. What else we got? So yeah, live Q&A, dudes. Ask questions. We're answering them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
What do we have coming up? A couple trip ideas.
Flin
Flon. So Canada.
Yeah,
sorry.
So Canada.
So Canada, am I right?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if you've mentioned it in any videos yet, but your goal is to ride in every province and or territory of Canada in your lifetime. And I jumped in way later than Kyle, but Kyle's got all the territories except for Yukon, right? You have Northwest Territories and Nunavut. And then
I'll make it short. All I need is Yukon and Newfoundland.
And Manitoba, but
Manitoba, but you know, that's easy.
Yeah.
We do have plans to do Manitoba with Drake, who's actually from there, and he was nice enough to offer trying to figure out how to like host us there and do a ride. But yeah, I am trying to ride in every province and territory in Canada, and one of the biggest reasons is because I already rode Nunavut, which is probably the hardest.
Yeah.
I also just recently rode in Northwest Territories, which is sick. The hardest part now is I need Newfoundland, and 8,500 kilometers away, I need Yukon. So whether I like it or not, at least one of them will be a fly-in trip.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be driving 8,000 plus kilometers just to do a circle and turn home. That would be insane. Would I prefer quad or sled in Manitoba? If I know there's evidence of good snow in Manitoba, I would prefer sled. But I think an ATV ride would also be just as sick. So yeah. Northern Manitoba, where Drake's from, is a lot like where I'm from. Just a super rocky Canadian Shield kind of place. And every time he shows me pictures, it looks a lot like home. So I'm being converted to sled.
It's not that we prefer sledding over ATVing. It's just we hate winter less now that we ride sleds.
Way less miserable. So I obviously prefer sledding in the winter because sledding in the winter, there is something super sick about wheeling in the snow too, though. So I think I'm going to try and do a little bit of more of that before we run out of winter. But our schedules are so crazy with all these other things that it's we kind of just fly from the seat of our pants at this point, and we just do whatever is, path of least resistance or the coolest thing we can think of.
Is now a good time to remind you that you have a dentist appointment on Wednesday? Sorry. I saved it until this week, so it wasn't daunting for you. He hates the dentist. Yeah. Hands up if you hate the dentist.
I mean, who likes the dentist?
I do.
No,
I kind of
you
do.
Don't.
Yes.
You're a
Actually,
liar.
with the warm light on your face and you just lay there with your eyes closed and the little sunglasses, I nap.
Nuts. Hate it. I got my clutch set up for 31 Havocs. How much weight do I need to change for 32 Naders? Okay, so the difference between a 31 Havoc and a 32 Nader is huge, weight-wise. I don't know CV techs all too well. I've only experienced them like 3-4 times. I would definitely talk to a clutch expert on that one. And there is really handy charts that'll get you like 99% of the way there. So I do know that CV Tech has a fantastic like open source book where you can see based on like rotational mass and all sorts of other things. So definitely give that a whirl, or talk to your dealer or whoever sold you your CV Tech or dirtylife.ca, whoever, and they can help you with that.
Alex. Oh my God, I remember the time you just casually showed me one of your teeth that fell out when we were chilling at the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I don't know how many times that happened before you got your root canal, but we'd be at the movies and he'd be eating like snacks, and then he would just hand me his closed fist and drop a tooth into my palm. Now I have to find somewhere to keep it safe until we get home.
So I have a, what do you call it, a cap? It's a cap, right?
I don't know what.
So basically I have a fake tooth that's on a pin, and they had a really hard time cementing it on there, so sometimes it comes off. It doesn't hurt or anything, it's nothing bad, but you got to be careful because you might swallow the stupid thing. So yeah, like she's saying, I'm having a snack, and this is with Alex. We went to go ride with Piston Broke and stuff north of Saskatchewan, and we're around the fire, we're all having apple juice, we're hanging out, and lo and behold, it lets go. So I just grabbed it. And did I give it to Alex or did I give it to you?
I don't remember.
But I just gave somebody my tooth, and they're like, what the hell is this? I'm like, it's my tooth. It's just to weird people out. I love doing that.
Aaron's asking a question that probably a lot of people are asking. Are we going to upgrade the cans on the sleds anytime soon?
Nope.
Fortunately not, because we're going to be moving back to Ontario this year, hopefully, to Ottawa area. So, and there, as you know, it's illegal to have aftermarket sled exhaust, so we're just going to be playing by the rules because it just saves everyone a headache.
It's not even just that, honestly. When it comes to sleds, they're just too loud. They're way too loud for me. I don't enjoy it. And the hardest part is when I'm trying to make videos for you guys and all you can hear is, full brat all the time, which is cool for these like moments. But when I'm trying to tell you guys something or explain something or talk about something cool that's going on, I just can't. You'll never hear me. So I try to be careful with exhausts and stuff. It's a little different on the quads, I find, just because of the nature of the exhaust being behind you instead of in front of you tends to be a lot easier. So I definitely continue with exhausts on the quad side. If I'm ever successful enough to have like multiple sleds where like one's just for play and one's for trails or whatever, then that would be different. But Kevin says, message retracted.
Ooh. Saucy.
Yeah, what are we hiding?
He just wrote I'm because he probably hit enter too quickly.
Okay. OPP fun, please. Yeah. We worked with the OPP a few times and hung out with them during like trail rides and stuff. And they probably pulled over like 20 people that day, and they didn't handle a single ticket. They could have. They totally could have. And several times, like, I'm impressed they didn't hand out tickets. So in my experience, they don't want to give you a ticket. They literally just didn't want people to get hurt. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're terrible, to be completely honest with you. It's never been fun to have your ears ringing at the end of the day. Stock sled exhausts all sound great on two strokes anyways. Very true. Honestly, my sled is really quiet until you have it like full pin. There was actually this moment where I was coming up a hill in Revelstoke, and my sled, I call it the 140 Fun because all it does is want to wheelie everywhere I go, which is sweet. Also, side note, troublesome. But I remember coming up the hill, and it was Terry. He was already at the top of the hill. And because I was basically wheeling into him, all he could get was the exhaust, and he had to plug his ears because I was right beside him, and I have an OEM exhaust. And if you've seen Drake in any of our videos, that dude's exhaust from a mile away, you have to block your ears, man.
Even his
my sled
Grizzly.
is totally legal, Drake says. Yeah, okay, dude.
Here, maybe.
Yeah, it's legal in the mountains.
Oh, Tony Varden, relax over there. Hey, guys.
How do you do?
Nice.
I really love doing these live sessions because, I don't know, it's just sick. See, even Aaron agrees.
Yeah, it's obnoxious. Even his Grizzly with the pipe in the front. Whew. The CV Tech. The snorkel.
Oh, yeah, so he has this weird thing with, like, clutches and timing and squealing and stuff, and the way, like, there's like a restriction in his CV snorkel pipe, and it does this whistle thing. So he sent me video like, hey man, here's my video clips, and it'll just be like his quad whistling at me, and it's obnoxious.
I don't know why I'm typing.
His exhaust though is on his Grizzly is pretty quiet. It's the OEM one with just a tip, I think. What did I just miss there?
Someone else just said that they took off their can sled too because it just got too loud. And Tony said, are you guys ever going to come out to one of the Lyndhurst XM Army events? Sure. As soon as we get back to Ontario, we're going to be
as soon as it's not 35 hours away.
Yeah.
For sure.
36?
Yeah, 30, 35 probably, 34.
Oh, and Drake wrote, I'm never lost.
Yeah, so I would totally go to his events, like not an issue, but you know, if we're in the Ottawa area, 100% that stuff's going to happen, and I'll bring the fleet. But as of right now, it's pretty tricky.
Since you guys are neighbors with Oster Cruiser, you guys hanging out. So we're close, but not close. We're about an hour and a half away, and we've actually done quite a few events, some invite-only events at his house. We're talking about maybe heading out camping once we have our new camper. We're in a weird spot right now where our old camper's for sale and we don't want to risk anything happening to it before we sell it because we've only used it twice and it's in like pristine condition.
Yeah.
So we want to keep it that way. And then our new camper's being built. So it should be ready in around April. We have to go down to Yakima, Washington and go pick it up. And then hopefully, Carrie and I were talking and hopefully we can sort out a camp trip before we go.
Yeah, Dave and Carrie have been wonderful people to meet. We've, I don't know, hung out with them several times at this point, and they're just super sick. Honestly, I've met a few YouTubers, and out of all of them, I think they were the most honest I've met. Not just saying that like the rest of them weren't. I'm just saying like what you see is literally what you get.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. It was really nice because like I remember being high school and watching his videos, and then somehow life put me in Saskatchewan making videos, and then hung out. So like that was pretty wild. But maybe one day you guys will be doing a video of a big house like theirs.
Hopefully, a barnuminium like that, I'm down.
So we do like barnuminiums. We would make a few changes. So we like modern country veranda style homes too. So as long as we go anywhere from there to there, like barnuminium or veranda style country home, like we'd be pretty happy either way. I need like a 9-bay garage though.
Yeah, the issue is they did that in an area that's economical, and where we're moving is Ottawa, so not ideal in terms of pricing for buying and for building right now.
King Boss Squad has a sick house too. And he built in like near the Muskokas, and that is a crazy place to build. So like just the permits and taxes that I'm sure that guy's paying is insane. Beautiful home though, like it's wild, it's cool. If I had to pick between King Boss Quads and Dave's, I'd probably give it to Dave. I just like the layout a lot more. It makes a lot more sense. But if I were to do like a family or something, maybe I'd get closer to the King Boss Squad's house. But yeah, I definitely like Dave's. I would just change up a few things just to make it a little more my own, but they're both really cool places.
Aaron just read my mind. The Tacoma getting any changes to keep up with the big Chevy?
I wanted to.
Yeah, so I don't know. I got it in 2017. It's a 2016. And I told myself I'm going to run it to the ground. That's my final vehicle for a long time. And I have been. It's been fantastic for the last 5-6 years. But we're at this point where We have 2 trucks. Do we need both trucks? If I'm going to Ottawa,
We should get a third truck.
No.
Yeah.
Moving's too much with it. Maybe later.
Turbo 35 6-inch lift. See? Drake said it. And you know what? If we did order that stuff, he'd be here. He'd be here in a heartbeat.
I know. But I already got a leveling kit in it. 3 in the front, 4 in the back, 5 in the
Opposite.
back.
It was 2.5 in the back, 3.5 in the front, or something, or 4 in the front.
Something like that. The modified grill, upgraded wheels, tires, flat deck. No, there's nothing wrong with my box. We need to do a flat deck on your truck first.
Yeah, why would we do a flat deck on a Tacoma? You'd get like a cooler on it.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Max Colorado's at R2. Kyle's been trying. Every time we drive by one, he goes, Cass, look, it's your new truck. But honestly, it's paid off. It doesn't owe us anything. It's that or like, I've always been pretty partial to Mini Coupes. So I don't know.
We'll just get one of those too.
Yeah.
The Tacoma is paid for. Like, it's just sitting there. It's all good. So it doesn't cost us anything to hold on to it. I'm headed up to Englehart, Ontario from Michigan in a couple of weeks, hang out with friends. It's been over 2 years since I've been to Canada. Well, I can tell you, I don't know where Englehart is, but I can tell you that Canada trips are always worthwhile. It's a beautiful country. I'm biased, but like, you know.
I feel like it's near the Muskokas.
I don't know. You should come to Onion Lake Rally on May 6th. It's only 3 hours away from your place. That's not bad.
Are you going, Alec? Well, I'm assuming you're going.
Do we have anything going on in May? I have, like, at any given moment, I usually have, like, 10 things that are up in the air, and then, like, 4 or 5 projects that I'm working on, so I never really know what my schedule looks like, but I don't think that looks bad.
Englehart is by Temiskaming.
Is that up north?
Yeah, it's by Timmins. Well, it's between Timmins.
I've actually been through there before.
Yeah. Well, I'm Wei Wong.
Wei Wong?
Wei Wong.
Wei Wong?
I know someone that would be interested in the Tacoma if you ever decide to sell. Oh, is it Uncle Eric?
Would Uncle Eric actually drive a Tacoma?
I don't know. Or it might be Cheryl. I don't know. She didn't say.
That Tacoma, here's the thing. It's not a good truck.
Okay, she's reliable. She's just not good on fuel. She's
No, it's not even that.
Tow.
It just sucks at doing truck things.
Yeah.
So if you buy a Tacoma and you want to camp and 4x4 and go in the bush and do stuff like that, the 4-wheel drive is incredible. It's a great little truck. It's reliable, all that stuff. But as soon as you want to like tow like a truck or haul anything like a truck, whatever, it sucks. It's not great. It doesn't have the stopping power. It doesn't have the frame. It doesn't have the weight. Doesn't have the power in general. Fuel economy is terrible. But yeah, so like if you're going to get a Tacoma, love it for what it is. Go 4-wheel driving, go camping, go overlanding, go do whatever. It's a great truck that way. But yeah, just don't tow anything more than like a Sea-Doo.
Alex, I put it in my calendar. Onion Lake Rally.
You just showed him a white screen.
I know. Okay, let's Onion Lake Rally with Alex. It's backwards, but you get it.
Yeah.
There you go. It's right side up on the other one. But yeah, hit us up. We might even have our camper by then.
Yeah, we're really
Could be our
excited.
inaugural trip.
Definitely check out. We're working with Scout Campers. So Scout Kenai, Kenai. Go check that out. We've got one of those coming. Should be ready. What was it? March, April.
Yeah.
End of March, April, something like that. So we're really excited. That's why we did that custom box we showed you guys earlier.
Mm-hmm. Our current camper is for sale. If anyone's interested, we, like I said earlier, we only used it twice because the original wait time for the build for the Kenai was going to be 2 to 3 years, and then we decided, okay, well, until then we'll get a camper. And then, 6 weeks after we got it, Scout reached out to us under their ambassador program and offered us Scout Kenai in the spring. So, and the 2023 has a whole bunch of upgrades we're super excited about.
Yeah.
Hence why it wasn't the plan, but we're selling it right now.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
someone's asking about the dog. Let me see if I
where
can.
is he?
Can I?
Here you go.
Is it working? Wait for it. What are you doing?
I'm just bringing.
There's Diesel.
He doesn't like cameras.
What's up, buddy?
Hi. You good boy?
It's hard to figure out if you can actually see it because I'm using the front-facing camera and there's a delay, of course. But
Yeah.
yeah, so there's no room, Kaz.
I'm too short.
So bump up the seat.
Or we could switch back.
Yeah, I mean that works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the most professional live stream ever from Mainville Media.
In our next house, we're hoping to get a studio.
Holy squirrel! Pew!
We're hoping to get an actual studio set up for stuff like this, with like a set and everything. We would do it here because we're getting the basement finished, and there's a perfect spot to do it. But with moving anyways, we're just gonna finish the basement and head on. So.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, I do video work and photography and a bunch of other things. So I do need more of a studio space instead of this shared office because Cass and I like to clash. We clash. So
well, I'll be video gaming while he's working, and then he'll be working I'll be working while he's video gaming, and it just
or
doesn't
whatever.
work out.
And it's a small space, so
yeah.
So yeah, next time we actually are renovating our basement right now. In this house, a little too late, but it was mostly just to add some value to the home for when we moved to Ottawa. But there's perfect spaces downstairs that were intended to be a studio, and it just didn't work out because we are moving. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so next house, I'm hoping to have a totally dedicated space, and I want to talk Powersports, and I want to discuss what's going on, the ins and outs of the industry, aftermarket, some really cool stuff. That is definitely on my list of to-dos, as well as the camping overland stuff. Don't worry about the camping and overlanding is also with off-road. So basically what we can do is load up the truck, load up the camper, have a trailer, put any of our machines on the trailer, go somewhere to a trailhead, camp, and then go ride. Mm-hmm. That's basically what we want to do. So the camping, overlanding, and off-road, all of it goes hand in hand, so it's perfect. That's our end goal. That's where we want to be, and then move on from there. And then maybe we can do a really cool Tacoma build or something. Yeah,
or get a whole new vehicle. Yeah. I don't know. For now, I'm on the fence as to do I get a different vehicle? Do I stay with the Tacoma? I love my Tacoma. It's just not great on fuel. And if I'm going to Ottawa and I'm going to be commuting pretty far, it's just not economical. I don't know. We'll see. Late to the meeting, go back. Moving. Yeah, so we're probably moving to Ottawa this summer. I'm hoping not before July because I want to have one final FRCC with the group because I had a really good time last year. And so hopefully August sometime would be the perfect time.
So yeah, lots going on. There's chances of me going to Mississippi that I really want to do. There's a great guy that watches the channel called Rob. And Rob was floating around the idea that maybe we go down south, and I'm really hoping that works out. That would be really cool. We have I probably am chatting with 30 or so brands right now. And that's after hundreds of conversations with all sorts of brands. But we're in the works with doing a lot of that. Obviously, you saw Yellowknife. You saw Revelstoke.
Yeah.
We have, oh my God, what else?
Yakima, Washington coming
up.
up.
We have to go to Washington. So finally going stateside, I guess.
Yeah. Which
would be cool. It depends. We don't know how it's going to work out yet, but we actually want to cross the states into Colorado, Utah. I think that'd be sick, but you guys are moving close to me in Ottawa. I know you guys ride mostly off trail, but you guys would come across the border and in New York. Yeah, we would totally do New York.
Yeah. We've been over the states. The border crossing that we use typically is in Ogdensburg, New York, because we have family right by there. But yeah, that'd be totally cool.
Yeah, a lot of your family's down there.
And then Kristen is actually the one that has her eye on the Tacoma. It wouldn't if she's looking for Tacoma, period, and knows all the pros and cons of it. My truck's actually in really, really good shape. We've been keeping good care of it, but yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind.
If we did sell it, we'll make sure we'll contact you first. Mm-hmm. But there's a very high likelihood that we don't, because it is a great vehicle as a whole. Mm-hmm.
And your Uncle Eric wanted to know if you were putting airbags in the rear suspension of the Chev, but it's already done.
Yeah, so it does have airbags. Currently, right now, it's all manual. So if you want to put air, it just has chucks at the back for left and right bag on the rear axle. We are looking into, and this is something that Drake on the channel has done. He put an onboard air compressor and can control all of the onboard air from there all wirelessly. It's pretty neat. So that's something that we're looking into, and that's going to be on the service side of the body. And we also have to do some electrical and lighting and stuff. But as far as like payload on the truck, we are well within everything that we need to be. The Scout Kenai is 1,300 pounds, and we have 3,990 pounds of payload. So you can add all sorts of great stuff, and water and people and tongue weight, and add all of that. We're well within reason. The bags are just there to stabilize, of course, as you know.
Get rid of some of the body roll.
So yeah, some sway, some body roll, things like that, or just droop, sag. But yeah, the truck's well prepared for that camper. We're not doing like one of those big behemoth campers with slide outs and all that stuff. This camper is a place to stay. It's a place for me to work. It's warm, it's cozy, but it's very minimal. It's not like I'm not going to be watching TV in there. You know what I mean? I'm using it to camp and get out, be outside, which, as we all know, my family is notorious for like disappearing into the forest for a while, for all different reasons. But we find our way to the bush.
So this is what we're getting.
Wow! Oh, there it is.
It's the bottom one.
So that one, yeah. So that unit is actually coming with a diesel heater and a pop-up tent on top. So basically, you can have two people sleeping up top. There's like a full, almost queen bed on the inside, which is where Cass and I would be, of course. And then you can put the table down in the dinette for another one. It has a makeshift shower and full toilet and everything like that. So all the amenities you could ever need. And
then we have the pop-up tent on top too for two other people. So if we want to bring...
That's what I started with, Cass.
Did you though?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well now we're saying it twice. Okay. So we can bring friends. Aaron and Drake, or... Okay.
You're going red.
I don't even...
That's funny. Camping in the backcountry and ATVing is awesome. Did my first solo one last year and loved it. It's definitely what I intend on doing. Cass has more of a day job that isn't like randomly disappearing friendly. Mine is. So I plan on disappearing all the time solo. And I can't wait.
I'm hoping with my new job I can work from home more and then take advantage of being mobile, because they have a mobile kit, like an RV kit for the Starlink system now that we were checking out. It looks pretty cool. And if I can get an internet connection and work from there, whew, that'd be really cool. But it depends on my next job, and yeah.
We're really excited to just kind of do more outdoors. That's the end goal. So I was making the joke earlier that my family is notorious for like disappearing into the forest. My grandfather and my uncle spent a lot of time in the forest industry and lumber and even the railway, like just gone. And my dad is a trapper, and he's just gone. We all like try to hide in the forest somehow, but we've all found different ways, different excuses to be there. It's really funny. And then we all find really supportive wives, which is like key to the recipe.
What's your favorite truck tire?
So I already know Drake is putting a response right now on what he absolutely hates the tire that I love. I'm a KO2 BF Goodrich guy. So all of our trucks for the last couple have been KO2s.
I had Toyos.
No.
On my Corolla.
Oh, okay, on the trucks though, yeah. So all KO2s. I wouldn't put KO2s on them. See, look, Drake right away. Terrible. So he likes some offshore brand garbage tire, and he thinks they're the best of the best. But...
Nope.
That's funny. Yeah. Watch, he's going to cancel his membership now.
The M disappears in the next message.
Yeah. So, KO2s for me. They're a great all-around tire. The only part that I'm like a little off on is I wish they were a little softer for the winter, but otherwise they do great. For my diesel, it's not bad because it's so heavy and planted. But for Cass's Tacoma, especially its terrible shifting points, it'll slide around and rev to the moon randomly for no reason. So.
Cooper SLT Max. My Uncle Gary's a Cooper man.
Is he?
What's his last name too? Gary Cooper.
Oh boy.
So no, they like Cooper tires.
Day Jobs Suck from Adventures This Way. That's another really great channel, guys. If you haven't checked them out, go see Adventures This Way. I am a big fan of a lot of the Ontario boys, and a lot of them are great. So go check out a lot of those channels if you haven't already. And Alex said Duratrax. I had Duratrax on the Ram because it came with it. They're whatever. I don't know. I didn't have any problems with them, I guess. But A, they're ugly. B, they roll down the highway for some reason.
I remember that.
Dura garbage. Drake's very emotional about tires. I should get him a set of KO2s.
Yeah.
They're like, surprise, man, I got you some tires. I'd be so mad.
I poked Diesel in the eye by accident when I was trying to pet him.
Oh, just the worst, buddy. So if you guys are just joining us, because it looks like we have 10 or so new people, this is a live Q&A if you haven't figured it out. And we're basically just answering your questions. So if you've got them, we'll answer them. We have a lot going on the schedule, but we're really happy to be where we are right now. We're kind of in a lull.
Drake's passionate about tires, not emotional.
Passionate. That's right. Passionate. Yeah, he's definitely passionate. We all I have to do right now, other than my day job work, is the Revelstoke video or videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one or two.
I think we have enough for two. But
if it's not entertaining enough, a lot of the footage is like us heavy breathing and thinking we're doing cool stuff.
Yeah.
We definitely pushed our boundaries, but we're not like a Muskoka Freerider or a Chris Burant.
No.
Or a Turcotte, you know what I mean? Like all of those guys are crazy snowmobilers and they make it look so easy. And then you get out there and Cass will just like fall over, and I'll be like, that hill's too much for me.
Yeah, I had to get carried up a couple times. Twice my first day, once the second day. I had to get, I called him my mountain daddy, but Jeremy had to double up with me and get me up a couple of the hills just because my comfort zone was not that. The first day definitely had a harder time, just getting used to my new sled. It was still in braking period too, so but then the second day I felt a lot better on it. So you'll see that hopefully in the video.
Yeah, I definitely got a grip on like the basics of snowmobiling, so I'm pretty happy there. But the problem was by the time I started getting good at anything, I was too tired.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I get it, but now I'm exhausted and I can't do it. So that was tricky. But luckily, there's other guys who actually know how to snowmobile that looked cool enough for the rest of us. I did see Freerider. I didn't have a chance to talk to him. We're obviously all busy kind of doing our own things. Our group starts really early in the morning, and his group doesn't really get started until like 10 a.m. We were already on the trail riding by 8.
Yeah, because we don't ride every day, so obviously we want to...
Our group and his group, especially at the time, because he had all of his Ontario boys, were too big, so I didn't even really bother, honestly, because he was already like an 8-person group minimum, and we were like 9. So we would have been way too big to ride with each other. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm sure there's more opportunities in the future to hang out with other creators like that. That I really want to collaborate more with other creators. It's very tricky geographically. Canada's not a small place, as we all know, but. What else is on here? Can you clear... Where was that question? Oh, yeah. Clearing 32-inch naders on your Renegade.
Take a break for a snack.
So the Renegade can totally clear 32s, I believe, with very minor trimming, depending if you have the flares and stuff like that. But they have to be 32 by 8, I believe. They can't be anything 32 by 10, which I don't even think they make in an Assassinator, so I'm sure you're fine. But yeah, if you do the OEM offset with like the XMR beadlock, and then you do a 32 by 8 with like some trimming and removing like the extra flare stuff, I'm pretty sure you can fit a 32. I'm sure other people can comment on that. Personally, I have floorboards coming just to like void the question completely. And I'll be doing 32 by 8 Assassinators on the OEM beadlocks. The cost difference on what? I don't know what the cost difference means, but yeah, ask questions. I will answer everything to the best of my ability. You're very welcome, man. one of the strangest things I've been experiencing, especially lately, and I was talking about this with Adrenaline Junkie Prod. He's another really great UTV off-road channel from Ontario. And I have this thing that I've been coming up with called Don't Hate, Collaborate. For whatever reason, a lot of like off-road creators don't want to collaborate or have this like unnecessary rivalry or something. I've never understood it. You only benefit by creating with other creators and collaborating. That's it. There's nothing else to think about. It's really that simple. And I think you have an opportunity to make something cooler than you would have alone. So why wouldn't you collaborate with people? Sending a subscriber over to another channel isn't going to take it away from you. If you were going to lose a subscriber, you were going to lose a subscriber. It is what it is. So definitely want to spend more time with other creators. Of course, again, geographically that's difficult, but I am always down for trying. Just make sure you contact me like way ahead of time because my schedule's insane, but I will always try. Do I have a snowblower on my tractor? Yes. So I still do work with a company called Huckabones Kubota. They have a YouTube channel, and I basically run that for them among a bunch of other stuff. When I was working with them, they got me a great deal on a BX. So a BX is like a subcompact tractor. So I have a backhoe and a front loader and a mid deck, and I also did the front snowblower. So I run a snowblower on my tractor. But where I currently live, there's plenty of snow, but it kind of just blows away if you wait a while. So yeah, it's all gone, dude. Or Drake with a skid steer. Yeah, dude, okay, listen. When I was gone to Yellowknife, there was apparently this big storm or two. Drake tells it like it was like this huge, insane storm, but I don't think it was that bad. But he actually showed up with a skid steer and did my driveway and left a mountain in the backyard, which is super sick because I actually had the kids across the street like sliding on the hill, which is a big deal in this province because there's like barely speed bumps, let alone a like small hill. So yeah. So he came over with the skid steer and totally wiped that out. I had parking for like 3,000 cars. So he actually cleared like the whole thing. That being said, he does have like his trailers and stuff stored here. So I'm sure, I was a little self-serving too, but appreciate it, Drake. I have tons of moose piss right here for you, buddy. You can come and get them. But yeah. Definitely, there's quite a few channels. 780 Alex is in here too. Who else did I see? Adventures This Way, that's another channel. I'm assuming WDH ATV Adventures is another. I haven't seen that, but I'll check it out. Sometime is now. Oh, geez, there was quite a few back here. Linear Stexum Army was in here. There's quite a few, you guys. Sasquatch piss. Is having a Drake like having a donk as seen on Crocodile Dundee? I might have to look up that reference. I don't quite remember Crocodile Dundee very well. But Drake is... I don't want to get mushy because he's here in chat, but he's awesome. He's a really good dude, and he's been helping out the channel since like day one. I try to help him out as best as I can, but it tends to be me kind of receiving most of the help, but I'm glad sometimes I can return the favor. Like he did this really cool video for Wyoming. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. I got to edit that for him and like do some photo work for him and stuff like that. So I try to return the favor however I can. But yeah, Drake on the channel has done tons of work. And you can see that going through the videos. He's in like, I don't know, 85% of them probably. Inspector Gadget in real life. You wish. Awesome snowback in Petawawa, cold but awesome. How much is awesome snow? Because once you've been to like the mountains and you're in 4 meters of snow, it's hard to know what's awesome anymore. Oh, I know Drake. He's the one with the awesome snowmobile. His sled's sick. I just can't. I hate the exhaust, man. It's cool for like a while, and then it just wrung my ears out one day, and I was like, screw that thing. Don't blow up his ego too big because he thinks his sled is the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Oh, geez, we got another 18 new people. Welcome to the chat. I'm Kyle from Mainville ATV and Outdoors. We are live streaming. I am answering your questions. Ask away. Turbo wheeling, whirling. Oh, he doesn't have a turbo. I don't know if you knew that, but his sled's not turboed. How does it feel to be self-employed, seeing all that hard work pay off and being able to put down the wrenches? So here's the thing. If I wanted to make more money, I'd go back to being an HD mechanic. Because the honest truth is I make probably half of what I used to. But that being said, I don't hurt unless I want to. I don't have a bad back. My shoulders are still together. My hands don't ache. I don't have like dry cuts and stuff. I loved being a mechanic full time. I really did. And I wish I could go do that without hurting every day. But to be self-employed is so many amazing, great things. The only downfalls is the stress, and everything's obviously on you. If something fails, there's only one person to blame. The amount of effort is kind of crazy. You love the job so much that you don't mind working crazy hours, and that's true because I love what I do. But at the end of the day, even when you love doing it, if you're pulling 100 hours or 100 plus hours, you're still going to feel that. Like, you're still going to have the mental stress and the mental health, and like, you have to be careful of that stuff. So at this point, I've found a really good balance, and being self-employed is amazing, and it's such an opportunity, and I'm thankful for it. But there is pros and cons to everything. I love what I do because I still get to wrench. I get to be creative. I don't have to work with people, which is fantastic. There's like a bunch of great perks, but I love being self-employed. Drake's Yamaha is a Viper. It's an MTX. That's right. Guys in his early 30s complaining about hurting. You know what, man? I did several years in the military and then a couple of years as a mechanic. I have every right to definitely say that I have a few aches, a few pains, and I'm going to pay for it more and more the older I get. So I'm glad I made the move that I did when I did. Let's put it that way. Scotian, what's going on, buddy? Another great channel. Go check him out. I heard BRP products are inferior to Polaris. Is this true? Asking for a friend. I guarantee you he's stoking a fire right now. So here, I am not a brand guy. I like a lot of different machines. I tend to lean BRP, it's true. But I do have to say that in a lot of ways, I enjoy BRP more than anything. And most of that is just because I'm used to it. I know the products. It doesn't matter where I am in the lineup. I'm going to recognize things. I know how they work. I know how they operate, how they like to do stuff. So I'm always going to say BRP because I'm most used to it. That being said, I've worked on a handful of Polarises at this point. They have some perks and they do some pretty cool stuff too. A really easy example of that is my sled versus Cass's sled. If you want to rip the hood off, Polaris does it way better. Way better. It's just a couple quick pins, no tools needed, lift it off, you're good to go. For the BRP, you have to pull out one little tool, which is accessible on the machine, and pull it up. But those little inconveniences shouldn't exist when you're a top-tier brand. But yeah, so Polaris sometimes does stuff better. They have like a double belt drive system that I hate. BRP doesn't, you know, so like you're kind of just playing with little details at that point. Pick your poison. I'm riding the 22 T-Cat flashed to 270 horsepower. That's a lot of ponies. Big turbo. I've worked on rigs and that's hard work. HD mechanic. What is going on here? Coming from the guy who sends videos of watching hockey in an office. Yeah, Alex, what the heck, man? It's true. This guy's giving me grief for picking a nice, easier life on my body, and he used to work on the rigs, and now he's in an office, sitting on his butt. Hey, yeah, he's working, but don't tell me it's hard on your body. The worst you got to do is find a comfy chair.
If he sleeps the wrong way, though, his neck.
Oh, yeah, you know, you got to be careful about napping positions. But yeah, so I mean, I think we're all making smart choices here. That's for sure. Like I said, I would love to be a mechanic for the rest of my life. It was my favorite job. I loved it. I loved working underground. I loved working on surface, tractors, you name it. I loved that stuff. But when you're pulling like 12-hour days and you're coming home and your hands are cut and you're just tired and aching, your feet are pounding, and then you got to go back to do another 12, like, you get used to it after a little while, but it's pretty tough.
My mom's surprised that you're letting your hair grow so much. Do you want to explain why, maybe?
Okay, so legit, I'm going bald, right? Not a big deal. So Cass said, well, why don't you do one big final mullet and we'll do FRCC and then we'll shave it off. So I agreed. That's what we're doing. So I'm working on a beautiful mullet right now. And yeah, once this is done, I just shave it off and get over the fact that I'm going bald.
When we first met, we were 13, 14. Your hair was short, but then you quickly let it grow. When you were 15, I think, is when you had these little wispies, you know, with the hat on and the wispies out. Yeah, so this reminds me of that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just refuse to be that guy who's holding on to his hair. And I'll just number one it and call it a day. You know, I'll get some more tattoos and I'll buy a motorcycle. No
motorcycle.
Yeah.
Only I can have motorcycles.
I'll get some tattoos and buy another quad.
Because I'm safe on them.
Oh. I'm safe.
No. You told yourself you would never.
I have video evidence of me being safe all the time. What else we got here? We're just going to ignore all the safety things. Coming from an Arctic Cat, would I be more at home on a Dew or a Polaris? Depending on what Arctic Cat, you would hate both of them. Except for like trail machines. If you're talking about trail machines, there's a lot more comparables. But I don't think you'd have a good time. If you grabbed like an Arctic Cat mountain machine or a Yamaha, like a Yamacat, you would not like the body styling, the balancing, the lightness, all of that stuff would be a big change on either brand for you. Now, trail machines, if you're going to go from some big Yamaha Arctic Cat and then go to like a touring machine or an expedition or whatever, then yeah, you probably won't even know the difference. Drake is definitely, so Drake in the chat, obviously Drake on the channel, is our resident sled guy. He definitely knows the chassis way better than me and I ever could. I just know like what magazines and articles tell me and what I've experienced basically at this point. I just got into snowmobiling. Like, this is my first year of actually riding my own mountain or off-trail style machine. I had a trail machine for 2 years prior. Did some trail riding, warmed up, but that's all of my sled experience. I've only been on like, 10 or 12 rides snowmobiling ever, and like 3 of them are in the mountains.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely plan on getting more sled time. And that's Drake's fault. I'm blaming Drake. Drake's the reason why I spend money. It's his problem.
That goes both ways. I know Aaron's typing right now, like,
yeah.
You're just as bad. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, Drake's a bad influence. He'll make you buy snowmobiles and snowmobile accessories. When does the quad riding start? The snow can leave.
True.
Scotian, last year we went out snow riding. Why don't we do that this year? Right?
Sorry, I'm blind and I'm trying to...
So, yeah, we'll go do some snow wheeling when we have a chance. Let's do that. I'm losing faith in Arctic scrap. I hope that what do they call that? Catalyst chassis? I'm going to call it the Catalyst chassis. I think that's what it's called. I'm hoping that they do like an 800 to a 900 cc in that Catalyst, and I think it might be a contender. Give it a couple of years.
Drake, hashtag not my money.
Hashtag not my money. But, yeah, if you have any more questions, just keep them rolling. As soon as we start lowering in numbers or whatever, we'll end this. But we keep getting new people, so I'm going to keep it rolling for a little while longer. I still have a little bit of tank in the moose piss can.
Yep. And I just got our last load of laundry out of the machine for
nice.
the night. Nice.
Regular people stuff.
Yes.
Because we're not just
Because Sundays are for the spick and spanning.
Yeah.
I deep cleaned our mattress. You know those days where you're just like on a groove?
I have never cleaned a mattress, so no, I have no idea.
Okay, well, I did our mattress, our pillows, our mattress protector, like, didn't skimp out duvet cover, everything but the duvet. Screw that. That's a summer thing. Anyone who washes their duvets in the winter, something's not right with you.
Not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You heard it here first.
Summer, let it air dry outside all day.
On Mainville ATV and Outdoors. No duvets in the winter. Psychos. This is working out wonderfully, actually. I really enjoy these live sessions.
Cool.
And Cass in the corner here.
Trying to, like, read from afar. Jeez.
I think I can, like, pop this chat out. So, yeah. If you're new here, like the 9 or so, we are answering questions. If you have them, send them in. You don't do enough. Me? What do you mean I don't do enough? Explain yourself. I do more than enough.
He did groceries today.
I did groceries today.
Yeah.
I'll have you know. Oh, live chats.
Got you.
I was about
we
to
get all like defensive.
Fisticuffs. Live chats. Yeah, you're probably right. We should figure out how to do a garage live chat. I noticed when I was in there, I was like dropping signal and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'd love to have Aaron and Drake too, and we can all just kind of sit down and shoot the breeze. But we also thought about doing the Hot Ones like challenge, the wing challenge.
Yeah.
And like doing like a live stream or a video. That would be sick. 100% Doritos was bought. Did I buy? No, I didn't buy Doritos. Screw you, Alex. What did we get? Sun chips. Got sun chips this time.
Because
I'm healthy. Sun chips are not healthy.
No. But we just did the giant family bag, the Costco bag for the Revy trip that he just ate. So he's probably on a little bit of a Dorito break.
Yeah, Drake and Aaron, every time we go on a trip, gets a huge Costco Dorito bag. And funny enough, I think I only had a handful when we were out there, but I mucked the entire bag when I got home.
Yeah, Drake says probably because he has a 5-pound bag from Revy still. No, that bag's gone.
It's gone, dude. I got rid of that a while ago.
Yeah. We actually, Aaron was shocked earlier this week when I said we hadn't done groceries yet since our Revy trip. She's like, what are you guys surviving off of? We're like, leftover Rice Krispie Squares and Doritos.
I have proof.
And granola bars. But Kyle did groceries today, finally, because I had been saying all week I was going to do it, and I kept saying, I'm not in the mood. So we got to the back of the freezer, like...
Yep.
Yeah, so anyways.
Just to let you guys know, we are regular human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes or so. So if you have any final questions...
Last call.
Last call. Hey? I got even Diesel's looking at me like, let's play, dude. You want to play? Where's your blanket? He loves his blanket.
It's in the washing.
You got it? Oh, okay. Don't get him excited?
Yeah. He has no blanket tonight.
My dog loves blankets. Yeah. He thinks they're tow ropes. He thinks they're his toy, whatever. Check your phone, Cass.
Oh, sorry. I've been trying to keep up.
So yeah, we're really enjoying where we're at. We have Revelstoke videos coming up. Lots of work that way to do.
Behind the scenes.
She does have evidence of me. So that's me absolutely destroying the 5-pound Costco bag of Doritos in Revelstoke.
She took this when she was playing Switch on the bed and I was just playing on my phone.
That's funny.
I remember giggling taking this together.
As if she has a photo of just me getting fat. As soon as my Alcas are back from rebuild, but I think there's too much snow to get out up north, but may have to do a run or two that the running will enjoy. Yeah, I'd love that. I don't know, man. It's +5 today. Do you really think there's that much snow out there? I think we could find some ditches to bang up.
Oh, Kumaflu's here. You guys gonna do any more hot tent camping / fishing?
100%. It's not something we're really investing in, but I love doing. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely going to be a lot more camping on the channel, because that's kind of where we're heading. It's what we want to do. More for Cass and I. We just want to relax and kind of just enjoy nature a little bit more. As far as fishing goes, I've always been an invited fisherman. You know what I mean? So if somebody says like, "Hey, do you want to come fishing?" Like I'm in. I'm in every time.
Yeah, that and boats. We'll never buy our own boat,
Never.
but like if you have a boat, let's hang out.
So that's basically how that works. But yeah, totally intend on it. Been thinking about getting a wood stove and a hot tent for some camping. Dude, check out diesel heaters every day of the week. Wood stoves are sweet, but here's the real kicker. If you get a diesel like the one we had in our video, they actually run off wood also if you so choose. There's a little metal plate and you can put wood and fire it up, same thing. But yeah, there's a lot of diesel heaters out there. They're incredible. Check those out. Way nicer. Unless you just like wood stoves. Well, next time you're in Ontario, I'll rope my buddy and his Ranger 621 into going out fishing. I'm down, dude.
Nice.
And it's been a while. I haven't seen you in forever since back in Ontario days, so that'd be cool to see you again.
Have a good night, Alex.
See you, buddy. And I think we'll wrap this up. But really enjoyed talking to you guys. Drake and Aaron are obviously in the chat. They participated, which is sick. And I know it was kind of out of nowhere, but I want to do more of these, even if it's just on my cell phone, screw it. We really enjoy this kind of stuff and interacting with you guys. So.
Yeah. Bye, Aaron. Drake. Bye, Drake. Aaron. Bye.
Yeah, dudes.
Yeah.
Now I got to do that awkward thing where I figure out how to turn this
Bye,
off.
Grandma, Shirley, Cheryl, my mom.
Family. Bye, family.
Yeah. Just in case we're missing anyone, Uncle Eric, Kirsten, Emma.
I don't know if my dad and Bev or what. Anyway,
Dad, Bev, Elena.
Our whole family, to my cousins, to my...
Yeah. I want to thank my mom. Bye, guys.
Oh, see you, dudes. Oh, there, see? Cheryl.
Goodbye, Cheryl.
Bye. How do I... Okay.
Just click it.
I love that this is going to take us 20 minutes to figure out how to turn off. Save highlight? Nope.
Just click X.
X?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if this is it, goodbye.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, bye.
Bye.